Hey everyone, it's Steph of Steph Sketch, and today I'm demoing some figure drawings in real time with a little discussion about gesture drawing and how to draw the figure. I'm going to be focusing on 2 to 3 minute figure studies, which are pretty quick. I personally love doing short poses, so anything between 2 to 5 minutes is pretty ideal for me. These are all in real time, so you can see the actual drawing and hear the timer in between sketches. And what's kind of funny is like in the actual Zoom that I'm doing these figure drawings in, I heard a magical chime. Just for the sake of the quality of the audio, I had to switch out the chimer, but I also plugged in my own magical timer, so you guys will get to share and experience that. I didn't capture the video footage of the actual model because I think that would have been kind of inappropriate. So I hope at least sharing the process of my figure drawing and just for you guys to be seeing it quote unquote live will be enough to give you an idea of how I approach the figure. So let's talk a little bit about figure drawing, and especially with the short poses, let's talk about gesture drawing. Gesture informs the artist of the direction, the action, the movement, and the energy of the pose. There are a lot of types of gesture studies, and there's really no wrong way of doing it. Some people like to use really harsh and energetic scribbles to show the energy, and some are just very loose lines of action, maybe even just one line. There's no right or way wrong to do this. Whatever technique you use to capture the movement is the right one for you. So if you look at how I'm doing it, I wouldn't say that I'm laying down a gesture. This is really more like rough drawing. For me, my goal is to try to nail the weight and the movement as accurately as possible. Because I'm working on 2 to 3 minute poses in this session, I wanted to capture as much of the figure as possible. So I'm quickly trying to scribble in as much information as I can within the 2 or 3 minutes. And maybe I'm cheating, but in my mind, I'm laying out my own gesture and feeling out the energy in my head. So if you watch my lines, you can feel the energy and how I lay down my marks. Like you can see there's a stretch, a pinch, or a pull, and then I'm trying to express that as much as possible in my lines. My recommendation is to not be afraid to exaggerate your poses, because that will oftentimes give you the action you need, and it'll help avoid the stiffness that happens when you're trying to copy a pose. So I'm going to let you guys watch a little bit of this. Just watch how I'm drawing, how I'm making my marks, and maybe that might help you absorb how I'm doing this and how I'm thinking. And then we'll discuss some more ways that might help you to improve your figure drawing experience and give you some little tips. Okay, so now that you've had some time to look at how I'm doing some of my figures, let's talk a little bit about how to get better at figure drawing. Draw a lot. This seems pretty obvious, but I cannot stress enough how much mileage a person needs to become proficient in drawing or even to draw the figure. And I don't mean just drawing the figure, like draw anything. Draw trees, cafe sketches, animals, landscape, buildings. Draw everything just to get the mileage and the muscle memory to gain those skills. I've been drawing for most of my life, and I still find figure drawing to be extremely challenging and difficult. And it's only been the last couple of years that I've started to really enjoy the figure and not find it to be this very torturous exercise. But for young artists or new artists to figure drawing, you may feel very frustrated and discouraged. Don't be. Every artist has gone through the same trials in drawing the figure, and it's an endless practice that requires countless hours and dedication. Over time, as you draw more and more, you'll see that your figures will start to improve. And don't be surprised if you have a bad dip or a really bad day. It just happens to the best of us. It's always this like 2 steps forward, 1 step back process, as they say. So just keep going at it. A really good piece of advice that was given to me while I was at DreamWorks was don't worry about where the hands are. So don't worry about the hands. You can actually put the hands anywhere you want on the page, and you can just easily connect them in any way with the arms. And it was kind of a interesting epiphany thinking about or not thinking about the hands, because hands are such a big deal and so descriptive of a pose. I used to kind of dread, trying to figure out where to place the hands, but position your hands anywhere they need to be and then just simply connect them with the rest of the arms. Because you can bend the forearm and the bicep connecting to the shoulder, but you can't bend the hands to fit to the arms. Does that make sense? So don't worry about the hands. Even if you have them floating, you can always connect them later. Use large sweeping strokes. Don't do that little chicken scratchy thing for a quick pose. Part of this is about speed and learning how to be accurate. So make confident, large marks. Use your whole shoulder and arm to get a confident stroke. And it may be hard to control at first, but over time, your strokes are going to gain that confidence to make those purposeful marks. So try to avoid that chicken scratch. That's not going to get you to where you want to be, and it's not going to make you a better artist. So remember, large sweeping strokes. I think I mentioned this before, but exaggerate your poses a bit. This is going to give you the looseness and take away the stiffness in your drawings. You're not trying to copy the model. That's going to make your drawing stiff. You're trying to capture the pose, the weight, the energy. And maybe this is an animation thing, but pushing your poses will really solidify the figure. And then lastly, don't be afraid of your ugly drawings. This is really part of the process. As an artist, you're your own worst critic. So just remember that this is part of the drawing process. Do the ugly drawings, get them out of your system, and then move on. Let go of the bad drawings and look forward to the next ones. Drawing is 50% mental. So if you're having a bad day and you keep going back to those bad drawings and you still are thinking about them, that's just going to, crap out the rest of your session. So notice what's going on mentally when you're having a good day versus a bad drawing day. And you might see what I'm talking about when I'm telling you have a good day. On a good day, you're just flowing. You're not even thinking about it. You're letting your hand and your brain, they're completely connected, and you're just letting them do their thing. You'll find that your best drawing days come after the struggle of the bad, ugly drawings. So when you're more relaxed and in tune with yourself, you'll do a lot better. So don't be afraid of the ugly drawings. That's kind of it's almost like a big dip before the rise. And after you hit those, just notice the next day or two, you might show that huge improvement. It might be a step up because you got past all that bad stuff and got that out of your system. as a story artist, figure drawing is pretty important in my line of work just because we have to do so much posing and know how to express characters with nonverbal language. A lot of my job is about character work and acting to get the audience to sympathize and empathize with the story and the characters. So gesture and figure drawing is pretty critical for me to do on a regular basis. And it doesn't always have to be with models or nude models or nude figure drawings. It could be anything. It could be a cafe session. It could be a drawing in the park or at a mall. Okay, maybe not right now. Okay, because of COVID. But when times are safe, please be safe, everyone. Wear a mask. Drawing from life generally is a really great practice. All right, so this pretty much ends the talking portion of the demo. Enjoy the rest of the video, you guys, and I hope you're inspired to get out there and draw some figures or more people. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more demos and tips about drawing. So please subscribe, like the videos, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.